Houston Falls, Secretary Lloyd Austin has confirmed reports that the United States paused a weapons shipment to Israel as President Joe Biden's administration faces growing pressure to condition aid to the top. U.S. ally amid the war in Gaza. We've been very clear from the very beginning that
playing some content-safe music.
Israel's ambassador to the United Nations, Canada responded to the shipment pause by saying the U.S. decision was very disappointing, very disappointing, so very disappointing. Those weapons, so disappointing, so sad. At one, if there's these wars or weapon shipment to Israel, so far.
Just whatever, some simple ass shit. I'll throw it.
Do 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 do.
We're moms on the net.
Whoa. All right, I am ready to rock.
You ready to rock? Okay. All right. I think we are just about there. We are live. I double-checked. At least we're live on YouTube. I'll check Twitter.
We just got hit. Oh, it started. We are live. Holy cow, bro. Bro, we get in it, dude. You don't even wait. You say,
well, you know, I was figuring you're going to get water, and
Love
so
it.
we're live, but we haven't done the intro music yet. So let's
We're
go ahead
live,
and do that,
guys. We're gonna get into the intro music. Welcome to the final Doomscrolling of 2024. I just want to apologize to everybody, especially Midnight Mike, that I have not been available to do it. Oh shit, are we even? No, is anyone even hearing me? Nobody's hearing me. I'm not.
No.
in it. Okay.
You know,
Perfect.
so
All right.
we're gonna do this right now. Here we go.
All right, perfect.
Let's get
go.
this started.
The strange, the bizarre, the funny, and the sad. In a world of algorithmic nightmares, these are the stories you find when you scroll too long. All the facts, all the absurdity, none of the fluff. This is Doomscrolling with your hosts, Sam Tripoli and Midnight Mike.
Yes. We are in it. Forgot how much I love that intro. Punk rock. Here we go. We're in it. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the final Doomscrolling of 2024. I owe everybody, including the wonderful Midnight Mike, an apology. Schedule has not allowed me to do for the last 3 weeks, which sucks. But here we are, final show of the year. And here I promise you we will be consistent next year. Midnight, happy holidays to you, buddy. I don't know what you celebrate. You could celebrate anything, bro. You could go from Christmas to super pagan.
I do a little bit of everything, you know. I don't want to commit.
You do. You live out in the middle of a farm with your beautiful wife, living the best life. So happy holidays to you, buddy.
Happy holidays to you. Yeah. Listen, everyone is so busy. I understand you got to travel and you do comedy and you got to do that live. So listen, for me, it's just it's great if we can do it. If we can't do it, we'll catch up. There's always plenty of content to catch up on. Later.
I felt so bad. Like midnight's like, send me the videos. I sent him 40-something videos. That's a lot of videos. That's like 3 weeks worth of video.
It's going to be a lot. We're going to see if we can power through a good number of these videos. Now, the good thing is I did do some improvements on the Wheel of Doom. And so hopefully the wheel will spin faster and we will be able to get to videos instead of 8 seconds every 5 seconds. But we'll see. We'll see if these improvements are worth it.
Gets better and better and better. I'm very excited. Guys, real quick before we get into it, I forgot to add this date and it's now on my calendar. January 9th, Tinfoil Hat is in Spokane, Washington. Eddie Bravo, myself, and the lovely, talented Xavier Guerrero. Go to samtripoli.com. And then I'm in Batavia at one of my favorite comedy clubs, the Comedy Vault, at the end of the month. samtripoli.com events. And get ready. Also, second issue of Chaos Twins is coming out. So there you go. Anything you'd like to push, my good friend, Midnight Mike.
Now, I've just been taking notice of you making some pretty big podcast appearances, hanging out with Roseanne. And who's that, the other favorite podcast you like, the guys who dress up in costumes?
Well, the Ninjas Are Butterflies.
Yes, the clip you play there in costumes. I'm assuming for Halloween. They don't do it all the time.
Well, they do have costumes occasionally. Yeah, I think you might have seen the Halloween one, but they're really good guys. I am flying out right after this to Austin. I am doing Your Mom's House tomorrow with the two of the most sweet, kind, loving people you will ever meet, Tom Segura, Christina Pajinski, and that is blessed. So we're in it to win it. So Adam Carolla as well. So we've been in it, dude. My new best friend is Roseanne Barr. We love each other. Her son Jake, wonderful human being, so very blessed. And was also on Kill Tony recently. So there we go. Bit in it to win it.
Awesome. Let's see. What do you say? What the wheel will bring for us? Let's see. And
then I have one or two videos I really want to play towards the end.
Sure.
So I have them, because I thought they were so funny, I wanted to pay them at the end. So we'll get that going. So here we go. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Wheel of Doom.
We never know what we're going to get here on the Wheel of Doom, but let's do it.
Wheel of Doom.
Light years better already. Wheel of Doom.
Is talking on the phone getting out of hand? Look out! You need phone relief. The ultimate and hands-free phone design. Watch. Simply attach the special double back fastener to any phone. Then attach the phone relief headset. It's that easy. Hands-free, pain-free. You'll wonder how you ever lived without it. It's perfect for remotes. Now talk hands-free anywhere, anytime. Office work is a pain for Mr. Phone in the Neck, but you won't miss a beat with hands-free freedom. A must for the entire office. Work goes quicker and easier. The padded headset removes this easily and is fully adjustable. Best of all, phone relief works with your favorite phone. An amazing breakthrough product you'll use every day. Now only $12.95. Call toll-free to order by credit card and make this your last Phone in the Neck call.
That is a
Bro,
weird
I'm
impulse,
just telling you, man, that is so ahead of its time.
It really was. It was Bluetooth before Bluetooth.
It was like, look at what we're doing right now, and that's basically what it was doing.
They essentially just could have sold you a roll of duct tape and like use that, strap this around your head. There you go.
and also, it's just like, how many chicks did he impress that he invented that?
I don't know.
And they were like, oh my God, you're like the new Tesla. You have so many inventions. And they were just hooking up left and right, and it was amazing.
He was passing them out for Christmas. These are stocking stuffers that he'd give to kids, and, he felt pretty good. For like 1 or 2 years, he felt probably pretty good that he invented this thing, but it was just a bunch of BS in the end.
For sure. Here we go.
Let's do it again. Let's do them. Let's do them right now.
Oh, this wheel's great. Gets right to it. Just when you think
That
it's gonna
were
be
originally made for men, but became associated with women. In Persia, men wore high heels to protect their feet. When Europeans saw this, they decided to wear them as well, but to show that they were rich, powerful, and masculine in their culture. The higher the heel, the more masculine you were. Bags were also originally made exclusively for men. This is the oldest bag ever found, and it was made for men. It is decorated with dog teeth, as it was the fashion of the time. A system very similar to modern disposable pads was also used. It was originally used during World War I to stop the blood flow of soldiers. A nurse then realized that it could be used in underwear, eliminating the need to use cloths as pads. Skirts were originally worn by men throughout history. Makeup was also widely used by men, especially in China, Japan, and Egypt. It was typically used for religious reasons, as well as to show wealth and status. That is, until the 18th century when Queen Victoria declared, "Enough, now makeup is only for women, and poor women at that."
How selfish.
Wow, real reaction in the comment section to all of this. Look at that hair right there. Real reaction, very upset that men were in high heels and having purses back in the day. You know, very upset about that. I think it's possible, dude. I think men were very masculine while doing some feminine stuff. You know, the samurais, real masculine, real feminine at the same time.
I knew about the high heel stuff, and I guess the Scottish, they will wear kilts. You know, no one's going to call some of the Scottish, barbarians sissies. But the purse, that's a new one for me. And the makeup I kind of knew, but I didn't know that it was so prevalent, so widespread, so commonplace as what they're depicting in that video. I guess everyone was a lot more drag friendly back in the day, and then it kind of all went away. Now we're back again. We're back in a big way to be drag friendly.
We're back into it. I paint my toenails, so it makes me feel good, and it's the only time I can turn my head off and just zone out because they won't let me play my phone, so I have to sit there as tiny Asian women just work me.
Well, you need a hands-free phone device for your head, and then you can.
That would be I can't believe that the Korean nail salon has not picked up on the $12.95 deal. That is,
it's a shame.
Phonezilla or whatever that deal was called. What was that called?
I don't know. I'll find it and I'll post it into the Doomscrollin public telegram so everyone can see it.
Scottish do have kilts, bro. They're called kilts. Please stop. Please stop. There are kilts out there. Stop rewriting your own history, please.
We're not sissies. But let's doom. Sissies. Come on. Let's doom. We got a lot of stuff to get to.
We got so much doom. It's unbelievable.
Will.
Go. Oh, it's a big video. I don't know if this will play.
Okay, so we're out. We're out. Next one. That was the most doom we've ever had.
We got doomed right there.
That was the most doom ever.
Wow. It was just pure black screen. Very doom. We'll have to try another one.
That was Black Hill doom. That's how doom that was.
Yeah.
There we go.
The FBI is now getting involved in an investigation into these mysterious, apparently small car-sized drones that people are spotting flying over New Jersey in the middle of the night. Look at this. One woman there took the video you're seeing. So that's it. It looks like it's flying pretty low. And from that perspective, it looks very large, right? And all those lights in the sky that you see there, see those lights? Those are apparently drones as well, they say, seeming to fly in a V formation, with the whole saga stressing people out nearby.
We're all completely unnerved. I didn't sleep last night. When I would get up and look out my window at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., they were still hovering. I got up at 5:30 this morning and they were still there. As the sun was starting to rise, they went back in the same direction they came from. And I expect they'll be back as soon as the sun goes down tonight.
Let's bring in Tom Winter.
Tom.
What's up with the mysterious
Tom
drones,
Winter.
Tom?
Anyone knows Tom?
Right, Allie. Well, not
Drones,
to go all
it's Tom
Scully
Winter.
and Mulder on us here.
Do it.
Law enforcement is concerned about this. They have put out a statement, the local sheriff's office and local prosecutor's office in Morris County. So Morris County, New Jersey, pretty much the kind of the center of where this activity has been occurring, along with Somerset County. So they're about an hour-ish west of here. Don't throw things at your screen. I know that it could be double that amount of time given traffic, but just to give folks a sense of where we are and referring to New York City. As far as the size of them, multiple eyewitnesses have reported, and obviously we've seen the video here, you've just pointed it out, the size of these, it's not quite clear to law enforcement that they are car-sized at this point, but they do not appear to be kind of the homemade type that would fit on a desk. Whether or not they're the kind that would fit in a garage, well, that's going to be a bigger question. They really want the evidence here, Hallie. They want to be able to get their hands on this or know where they are flying from in an effort to try to figure out, okay, who's doing this, what are they about, and what are they specifically looking at. But
this clip is 4 minutes. I think we can kind of pause it here. This is too long.
We're good. We know what they're talking about. We get it. Two talking heads that don't know what they're talking about, trying to convince us to calm down. Again, the Dojo of Comedy in New Jersey. If you want to go see drones, it's the best place to go. Tiff's Family Restaurant. Go there. Upstairs, Dojo of Comedy. She's totally right. They sit up there for like 12 hours. They're not like your normal drones. Now, first of all, I love when he's like, I don't want to get all X-Files on you. Why?
Why not? That's people would tune in more.
That's way more exciting than anything you want to talk about. By the way, we fully are a paranoid population at this point. And, there's been a couple. Everyone's been hitting me up, asking me. Now I've decided that there are 4 or 5 possibilities. Number 1, fake alien invasion. I'm not quite sure it's possible. 2 is looking for dirty bombs / false flag operation, blame Iran, Russia, guess in World War III. 3 is data collection. Somebody here today, somebody in the comment section said first the balloons, now this. They're testing us to get used to seeing stuff in the sky, kind of that stuff. 4 is not a 4 is Adam Curry's theory from No Agenda. His theory is like this is to get it so they can outlaw private use of drones. No more private drones. Only the government gets the drones. And then the last one is real aliens. Not fake alien, real aliens. What are your thoughts?
Really?
Midnight Mike.
So I do like Adam Curry's theory on this, and he's got a pretty good track record. He does his research, and it would make sense that they are trying to create a situation in order to pass laws, in order to get more money and make us have less freedoms. But I think at this point, I'm narrowed it down. These are 2 general theories. 1, it's a psychological operation being run on the United States citizen. And this is to see how we react to certain things, how fast we respond, and how soon we get tired of reporting something till we just accept weird things in the sky as being normal. And theory number 2, it's a psychological operation being run on our government by somebody else.
Oh,
and
interesting.
In an effort to see how our federal government reacts to weird, persistent anomalies in the sky. So some sort of psychological risk.
Super interesting. Not running psyops on us, but running psyops on the government.
Yes, they're trying to create, get some data and understand reaction times and what is the response. So
the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Let's go, bro. Let's do it. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. We'll see, dude. We'll see. I feel like we're entering another COVID, dude. I'm just going to be honest with you. Has the same energy as that.
It does. And it's January, right around the corner. Trump's getting in office. It's the perfect time for a new lockdown.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
It feels the perfect time. But until then, let's spin the Wheel of Doom.
The Wheel of Doom doesn't care.
No, it does not. It keeps spinning.
Here we go. I think that. Another one.
It's another big one, and it's not loading. And I wonder, I'll have to examine the real Wheel of Doom and figure out why it does not load big videos. I don't know yet. I'll have to program it and see what's going on there. Oh, come on. This is a good one. I know it is.
Okay, guys, I feel like I had to make another video explaining what's going on in this one. My voice is over the original audio of my girlfriend panicking. Anyway, you see the bright white light to the left, straight ahead to the left? Now that thing was
Whoa!
just for a minute from...
Whoa!
Now, this is at like 3:30 in the morning from in the middle of nowhere between Colorado and New Mexico. Now the car starts being lifted up off the street. She can't control the swerving. She can't control it from being lifted up, and this thing just kept fucking with us. And
so he's gonna go back?
Pretty much another UFO that comes after we take this left turn.
Is that there?
I think that was a road sign on the right.
Top left-hand corner after we
top left-hand corner, you'll see like a white flashing light.
Lasers fly through the air from another UFO. Now watch, okay? Keep an eye on the bright white light to the left. And I'll show you. Bright white light, okay? To the left. Keep an eye on that light. Now, we take this turn. And I'll show you the exact moment when it gets shot by the other UFO. Gets shot right here. Boom. See that?
Interesting.
Whoa.
Yeah, so what we're looking at, it does look like, I'm going to rewind it just a little bit. So this guy is claiming that their car that they're in is being lifted off the ground as they're traveling down the road. And then this first UFO that was responsible for that is being shot by a second UFO.
Shot by the other UFO.
Again? Like it
right
didn't happen before.
Boom.
Right there, look at that.
Yeah,
What is
See
that?
smoke?
That
No,
is
see
so
to the top left-hand
crazy.
corner. Boom. See those lights? Boom.
Oh!
Another one. That UFO is shooting the other UFO.
Dude, Cliff High is right, bro. Sky Wars.
I mean, it's so crazy. And eventually, the original UFO that was fucking with us, which is the one to the right, starts speeding, gaining altitude at a like super fast rate where I can't even keep up with it, and that happens right.
Where are you?
About
Yeah, he's off road at this point. He's driving with his lights off down the road.
Boom, takes off. It's flying through the sky.
And so that's pretty much the end of the video.
That is crazy.
It's very hard to see, and you got to take his word for it. And just by listening to like the background of his girlfriend, like the stress in her voice, how he's over, like doing his voiceover, like they saw something out there, and they claim one UFO that was harassing him was warded off by another UFO. Like there was a protector UFO coming down saving him.
Sky Wars. It's Sky Wars. Cliff High's right. Sky Wars.
There's a UFO researcher named Patrick Jackson. He's an IT guy. He's a computer programmer, and he put out a book that documented. And his theory, his overall general theory, is that there's UFOs, but here on Earth there is a UFO defense force. So there is like 3 lights that will go out, triangulate around real sky threats and take them down. It's like a built-in Earth defense force that takes care of the baddies that come in.
Baddies? I love that.
And so they get deployed automatically, they're like autonomous, and so they'll come in and take care of the baddies, or at least attempt to. They'll try.
My Instagram algorithm is full of baddies. Here we go. F you, YouTube. In Alphabet, love y'all hanging out anywhere in Austin. I can come see you. Yeah, I'm doing the Mothership tomorrow night.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Yep, Mothership tomorrow night. Here we go. Sam, on your most recent podcast, you said the Trump assassination was fake. Why do you think that? Thanks for all the content. The reason I think that is because my opinion is studying these things. You don't get out alive if they really want you dead. That's my opinion. That is the whole opinion. Is you don't get out alive unless they want you, if they want you dead. That's it.
Okay. you want another doom?
Yeah, doom it again.
Let's do it. Let's do it again. I'm just going to spin the wheel. Here we go.
That is a weird impulse, man.
Come on.
Why did noble women in the Middle Ages smell bad? It all started with Queen Mary, who liked to style her hair high and add soft padding and even bread inside to create more extravagant hairstyles. This caused noble women to obsessively mimic her look. Making such a wig was very expensive, and once you wore it, you had to keep it on for months. The wig could not be removed during this time, not even while sleeping. Women had to sit upright on a pile of pillows to sleep. If the hair became messy or soft, they would apply lard to stiffen it. However, this lard would quickly start to smell, and when combined with the natural odor from not washing their hair, plus the scent of syphilis from infected scalp sores, it could become unbearable. To mask the smell, they would sprinkle their hair with jasmine and orange-scented powders, using up to 2 pounds at a time. On top of that, the bread and padding inside the hair made the entire wig weigh up to 22 pounds, and some could even reach 4 feet tall. Underneath these heavy wigs, noble women often had short hair or were bald. When traveling in carriages, they couldn't sit upright, so they would hunch or kneel inside. Some even had to create a hole in the carriage to stick their heads out. When entering buildings, noble women would often get stuck in doorways, which had to be specially widened in palaces and theaters to accommodate their tall hairstyles. In some cases, women's hair would even catch fire from the chandeliers due to its height.
That is one of the greatest videos I've ever seen in my life, and it's great. That was a great video.
I don't know if that's a true reflection of history. It might be, some of those images might be AI. I don't know. I want to believe that's true history. I don't think it is, but regardless, it's very entertaining to think
so
that
white rich women were the first with weaves. Is that what they're saying?
I think so, and I think
women.
yeah, I think so. But whether or not they stunk, maybe they did stink because they did put lard on it. But for them to have to widen doors, I don't know. I'd like to know if that's true.
Men will do for women.
Yeah,
now your woman's walking in with 22 pounds of head.
You know what? You're right. Men will do anything for women if they think they have 1% chance.
Just thick neck bitches. And don't forget, back then being fat was in, so they had the build to carry 22 pounds of head.
Body positivity, even back then.
Yeah, 100%. Even back then, the men were walking around in high heels and dogtooth purses with women with 22 pounds of head.
We're going back again. We're all the way back to where we once were as a society.
It comes back around.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. Feminine men and white women who want to be black,
and big white women, large,
big bone white women. That's
spreading
how it goes.
Lard all over their heads.
No wonder the Nephilim loved them. No wonder the fallen angels just needed it.
Here we go.
Will
Dude.
What's that noise we hear?
I don't know. Sounds like some kind of animal, Mr. D.
Those crooks must have run into something they didn't count on. Sounded like all that noise.
Bro, what show is this?
I don't know.
And why is the acting so great?
I don't know. It was some sort of either some B movie or B documentary about Bigfoot, a Bigfoot attack in a barn. I need more context. If anybody knows where that is from,
if you
let
guys
us
know where that is from, please.
Please, I need to know. I need to watch the entire thing.
We would like to interview the actor that you saw right there, the overweight guy sweating. If you know who that actor is, have him contact. We'd like to have him be the first guest on Doomscrolling.
He's a genius face actor. His face acting is top notch.
Totally amazing, dude. It was so good. It was so good.
All right.
In Hebrew myth, you have the Watchers and their offspring, the Nephilim, but they also revealed to them the arts and sciences of heaven, and all those arts and sciences are the rudiments of what we would call civilization. Then obviously in Mesopotamian lore, you had the so-called Annunaki. What I was able to do is to pinpoint all of this activity down to a geographical location, like modern-day Turkey, this cradle of civilization, which in biblical terms is remembered under the name the Garden of Eden. Facing into the hill, there's this huge human head that's 3 times the size of a normal human head, and it's on the end of a long serpentine neck. The pillar shrine is a perfect 3D representation of a snake's head, and this is 11,000 years old. So why is the snake so important? They seem to be venerating some kind of deity or entity that took the form of a snake.
I'm telling you, bro. Annunaki. And by the way, that guy could say anything. I believe him just based on that accent. It's hard to think that accent could ever lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's got the good day.
It's why UK and English news reporters and anchors are so popular over here in the US. There's like an authoritative nature to their voice. So we just believe everything they got to say.
Well, you know, they find a lot of Annunaki architecture in Armenia as well. I'm from the village of Van, which is an Armenian village in Turkey. And they found a lot of stuff out there. A lot of, fallen angels, Anunnaki stuff. Super interesting, dude. The Garden of Eden was in Turkey. That means man looked Turkish.
My wife's reading a book right now where it is suggesting that the Garden of Eden was actually in Hollow Earth, and when Adam and Eve got kicked out of Hollow Earth, they actually went to surface Earth, and so it's a new interesting theory. Maybe they got kicked out to Turkey, but I love all these different theories about the origins of humanity. Yeah,
I
like them all.
All of them. I'm in all. Let me hear it. I'm down.
All I know is the mainstream account of humanity, probably BS. And so I'm open to everything else.
I'm in, dude. I think that's super duper interesting. Let me see. Are we even up here yet? Are we on Twitter? Can you guys see us on Twitter? Can you guys see us? We should be live. We're live. All right, perfect.
I got a check mark on.
Yeah, we're killing it. We're killing it. We're killing it. Next one. Let's go, dude.
Let's do it.
Go.
Wheel of Doom. Here we go.
Wheel. Oh, no! Really?
Good luck. Come on, load big video. No,
man, we might have to make a new rule. No big videos.
Yeah.
Or you got to tinker with it.
Yeah, I got to figure that out. Why aren't big videos loading?
After Batman finds the remains of Alfred in a box, he rages as he rips out of the chains he was locked in and gives Joker the beating of his life while repeatedly asking why he did this. Joker said that was part of the deal. Batman was confused. Joker says to Batman, "You love me," and starts mocking Batman. Batman's confused anger causes him to throw Joker across the room and makes him land on a lever which causes the blimp they're on to start malfunctioning. The Joker slips and falls out the window, falling to his death, until Batman grabs the Joker's hand, saving him. The Joker tells him that his inspiration to become Joker is Batman and says he loves him. Bruce gets angry and tells him he's insane. Joker says he does what he does to push Batman to be the best hero he can be, and that they're soulmates for life. He tells Bruce they will be together no matter what, and he should just let go. Batman lets go of the blimp, and they both fall to their death, splattered all over the ground while holding hands.
I don't know why. I absolutely love that video.
It's great writing. It's great writing, and I don't know, like some of the best, like interesting, like character developments you get are from well-developed comic book characters, and that yin and yang works so perfectly. And I think elements of that story right there were used in the second Nolan Batman movie where it was the Joker versus, Christian Bale Batman.
I just love that, your enemies make you stronger and you need them, You need them to survive. You need them to flourish. They push you. And it's like, without them, without the Joker, is there a Batman?
I think that's maybe just a truism for life in general. You need some adversity in your life to overcome to make you a better person, a better human. Like if we were just given everything, we would probably become fat, lazy, and stupid, and we wouldn't appreciate nearly what we had we not have some sort of adversity to overcome. And maybe that's some sort of analogy to where we're at in America. We're fat, lazy, and stupid, and we really don't appreciate what we have. Maybe a lot of us do, but not nearly enough.
Yeah. My whole theory is that, yes, there are a lot of fat people, but there's more, just because there's a bigger population, there's more in shape people than ever.
Yeah, well, I guess when I said fat, lazy, and stupid, I just kind of used that as a slang term, as we take a lot of things for granted here in America, and that we maybe a little bit more adversity is what we're getting now. Maybe that'll make us stronger. I don't know. Like, hypothetically, like you're on stage, you have to have some sets where you bomb, right?
That makes you better forever.
You got to have some sets where you bomb to make you a better comic.
Yeah, you got to go through to get to it. This the new internet allows these guys to jump that, and they're great comics, but you can see when it gets a little weird, they freak out. When me, I'm just dead on the inside. I just go up there and light everybody up all the time. I'm all about the chaos. I would walk into comedy shows, comedy clubs, and they're like, "Oh, the crowd's crazy. It's a Sam Tripoli crowd." I'm like, "Let's go, bro. Weirder the better."
Yeah, if you're any sort of performance artist, you got to play some bad gigs in order to know how to respond and adapt to variables you didn't really account for. And sometimes you play a shitty song live and you got to deal with it, or you tell a joke that didn't land and you gotta roll with it. It's just the way it goes. So
yeah, I used my special Armageddon at the Viper Room I did in 2019. I talk about how Jesus was a touring comic. They didn't know where he was until he's 34. He was on the road doing shit-ass gigs in the middle of nowhere on some hilltop entertaining shepherds, playing his dues. Gigs. Paying his dudes. You got to pay those dues, dude. You got to pay those dudes.
All right, let's doom.
This woman is the reason why you should never go to Texas. This is the true story of Lechuza. Lechuza is a creature that roams the nights of Texas and the border areas of Mexico. Back in 1930, Lechuza was a beautiful woman named Maria who lived in a small town in Mexico. This woman led a normal life, but fate took a cruel turn. A jealous neighbor, envious of Maria's beauty and happiness, whispered dark spells and cursed Maria, turning her into a monstrous hybrid, a 6-foot-tall creature with the body of an owl and the face of an old woman. Now Lechuza seeks revenge, regardless of whether it takes children, men, or women. Lechuza imitates the sound of a crying baby to lure its victims at night when they approach it is too late for them. Lechuza takes them to its cave, where they remain trapped and its soul feeds its insatiable hunger. Some believe she is a witch. Others believe she serves the devil. The reality is that she is just a victim seeking revenge. Now if you see Lechuza, you only have one option. Pray and ask for mercy.
Maybe she needs some love. Yeah. Maybe she needs some love, dude. Maybe if you hit it, she'll quit it.
It's tough to love that, though, when she wants to abduct you and take you to a cave and not let you ever leave again.
I mean, we just talked about adversity and have to go through it.
You're right. You're right.
It's
maybe
crazy.
I can learn something from this.
It's crazy how it all works out. Like these videos all make sense, how the Wheel of Doom has a story to tell. Okay? And you got to go through to get to it. And here you go. Lechuza comes up, deep down inside there's a gorgeous hot Mexican chick, right?
You want me to love the bird lady?
You got to love the bird lady. All she wants to do is love you. She just wants to have kids and clean up your hotel room. That's all she wants to do.
Beyond that, Texas does have some messed up cryptids. It's got that the bird lady we just saw. I think it is also, correct me if I'm wrong, people, Goatman. Goatman is, I think, originally from Texas, I think. And they also have a blue demon. They have a wide variety of weird cryptids down there in Texas. So,
I wonder if they speak Spanish.
Good question.
The cryptids. Do they speak a language? Is that Spanish? Because you know when you see a dog in Mexico and you're like, "Hey, cutie," it doesn't know what you're saying.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
Like, yeah, I don't know. It might be a cultural thing. It depends if this is if these things are a product of the culture that is observing these creatures, and so they might communicate in the native tongue of that region, or they have their own language, or they don't speak at all. It's all.
You would have to be like. If you see the what is that lady called? And what was she? The bird lady? What was it?
We're calling it a bird lady because it's some Mexican name that we can't pronounce.
You'd be like, no, señorita, no muchachas, and that's how you.
That's all you know, and then you got to hope she understands you at that point.
I was just in Mexico doing a gig, and I couldn't say mucho gracias, even though that's how they say. Even though they're all saying it, because I felt like a white chick at Taco Bell. Trying to relate to the cashier.
They all know you can't say it. They all know. I don't even know if they appreciate the attempt anymore. Like I tried when I was in Puerto Rico, I attempted to do my version of Spanish, but they just looked at me in disgust. You know,
I'm not going to say choni. I know that's something weird. People are trying to get me to say weird shit. It's like when foreign exchange students come to your school, the first word you teach them are swear words.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
To fuck with them. Yeah, you know, it's fun. We get it. It's fun, but not when you're trying to survive. Let's doom.
Will
A woman posted this in Matrix Mysteries on Facebook, and it's shocking, and you probably think it's fake until I tell you this next part. She writes about how in 2021, her son tragically passed away, and a week after, her phone rang with an area code, but a number she was unfamiliar with. She answered it thinking it was a detective, but when she picked up the phone, she heard her son's voice say, "Mom." She started shaking and said, "Hello, Nate," and then connection cut off. She wasn't able to hear back from him. Then she wrote a friend of his called her a while back and said that Nate came to him in a dream and told him to tell me he's okay and that it would be much too hard for me to see him again. So now you're thinking anyone could just type this on Facebook. But you know, this is not the first case of phantom phone calls coming in after people have perished. In 2010, something very strange happened and 911 operators were shocked a little bit during this unfolding of events. There was an old couple and the husband passed away. And the woman who had dementia and was calling the cops a couple times every week, asking for them to change the thermostat and to put boil some water for her, etc. It was clear she was showing signs of mental deterioration. But one day she calls them and she's freaking out and says, "John, I need your help." John is the husband who's deceased. So they send cops out to just check on her, make sure everything's okay. They get all the way through her house and then they find her in her bedroom, but rigor mortis had set in, which means it had to have been several hours since she passed away. But the phone call was made like 5 minutes before. The police were very quick to respond. So it was very strange that she had rigor mortis. No one really had an explanation for it. But the story gets stranger because then the next week, they get another 911 call from the same address. And it's the same woman's voice asking for help. "John, I need your help. John, I need your help." And at that point, they know she's passed away. So this is literally a ghost 911 call. And then their house ends up being demolished and a new house is built and a new family's living there. And they're still getting calls from that address from this ghost woman. That's a real story. You can look up Reno, Nevada, ghost 911 call. It's a strange world out there. Follow for more.
Wow, I love that. I love phantom calls.
I've always thought that if something's haunted and you knock it down, does it release the spirits?
I don't think so. Just that one case there, it did not. It seems as though it persists. And that emotion, that intent that person had while they were living, at least with hers, it was so intense, it persisted long after she died.
So I'm wondering if you are you using roaming data if you're calling from the other side. Is that part of your package?
I think you get rollover minutes. If you don't use all your minutes here, you get to keep some rollover minutes in the afterlife.
Dude, I got big news for you. This is going to be your doom scrolling Christmas. Are you ready, Midnight Mike? Are you ready?
Yes.
The Black River Monster 1986 movie was where the Bigfoot clip came from.
Whoa, awesome.
Yes, put it out there. The Doomers. Is that the name of the people who watch this?
Yeah,
Doomers?
I guess so. Yes.
The Doomers will find it.
They ain't
Dang.
boomers, they're
Hold on.
doomers.
What else you want there? You got to bring up Christmas Gathering Jingle Bingle. I don't even know what that means.
It's an inside thing to OBDM.
People, shout out from Communist Canada. Love everything you've been doing for the culture, hanging and banging. Thank you. We are trying our hardest, and here we go. Sam, give us a I'm in variant, bro. No, I'm in. That's how I do it. Shut up. And of course, the hot Trina again, always leaving 5 on it. Thank you, Mama. We love you. We love you. Let's do it. Let's roll.
Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna roll.
Let's keep going.
The Bible was translated from Latin to English by King James. And y'all want to believe it? But people chose to believe this guy? The same guy that had his mom beheaded to steal her throne? This is Mary, Queen of Scots. And if you haven't watched the TV series Reign, you should. The TV series shows her story more or less. But just to get an idea who she was and who her son, King James, was. Born in Edinburgh Castle on the 19th of June, 1566, James was the only son of Mary, Queen of Scots, and her second husband, Lord Darnley. James achieved his lifelong ambition when Queen Elizabeth I died and he inherited the throne of England. But he was only able to do so by agreeing to Queen Elizabeth's demand. Elizabeth and James were both able to get the thrones that they had because they incarcerated Mary, Queen of Scots. She was the legitimate heir. So this great guy is the one that translated the Bible for you. But wait, it's not finished. James was said to be promiscuous with men. George here is the first Duke of Buckingham and was said to be his boyfriend. James had close relationship with several men. George, the Duke of Buckingham, Robert Carr, the Earl of Somerset, and Esme Stuart, his own cousin. Don't forget, he allowed for his mom to be beheaded. Instead of saving her, he wanted her throne.
Wow.
That's crazy that all the down low brother gossip got around. That means someone had to take out a feather pen, dip it into ink, and write down, I got weird with this Scottish Freemason guy. Because King James was a Scottish Freemason. Do you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
When it comes to this kind of history, I don't know anything.
You don't know? Yeah, he was a Scottish Freemason, okay? And which is always why I go, there's so much manipulation going on with all the Abrahamic religions. I am a follower of Christ. I love the Lord. But it's definitely, this guy's saying hearsay. What are you talking about? Why is it hearsay? He was a Scottish Freemason. Please stop. Please. Please with this. I'm tired of it.
Good luck.
Oh, no. Now we got hot black chicks telling us Jesus is Zeus. Please stop. Don't make fun of my Lord and Savior, please. Not here, not today. Maybe later. Not right now. But yeah, dude, it's interesting. It just seems like so many of these guys from history just loved men. Just loved men.
Well, so this is now coming to light more. The I guess it's becoming more common knowledge the way the royals and the elites acted back then, prancing around in high heels, carrying purses, putting their hairs up, basically the drag scene. And then, and now liking men. It's almost as if history is going to take us back into to a point here in the near future where we will be ruled by royals overtly once again. Not in the background, not like now, but overtly we are going to be ruled by queens and kings again. Yeah, and it's just history is repeating itself.
But they're going to be like Amazon, Netflix, Apple. All these things, right? It's just like the more things change, the more they stay the same.
That is true.
That's what pisses me off.
Come back soon.
Thanks.
Hi, Jose.
Hi.
I know you're fairly new to the fry station. You're doing a great job of keeping at least 3 orders ready at all times. Thanks. But I also noticed you're over-salting the fries. Now, you'd be more effective if you salted the fries this way. Turn the salt shaker over 1 time only.
Don't tell me how to do my job.
Now, that provides our fries with the right taste McDonald's is looking for. Got it. You can go ahead and waste these fries, and on the next batch, we'll do the salting together until you get a feel for it. Sure. Great.
Later that day.
Jose, I like the way you're using the salting technique we talked about earlier. Excellent work. Thanks for focusing on this.
Thanks, Billy.
Oh my God! They showed that to who? What do you think that was for?
They showed that to a lot of fry technicians back in the day.
And that's where the big bucks start coming in.
Yeah, it really is. But we learned something new. You know, there's a technique to everything.
There is technique. I love it, and it's just a shower of salt.
It is.
Nobody goes, "Hey, dude, that's a lot of salt." It's a lot of salt.
Jose should have said, "Hold up there."
Hey, oh, by the way, this guy brings it up. Totally right. It's like, hey man, that's a real Mexican name for a super white guy.
Jose.
Have you ever met a white Jose before?
No.
And this is Chet, this is Biff, and this is their brother, Jose.
They were trying to be, even back then, they were trying to be diverse, and maybe they're trying to look too hard. But here we go. Let's do another one.
Where did the Mothman come from? In December of 1967, something strange was going on. The Silver Bridge in Point Pleasant, Ohio had just collapsed, killing a number of people, but people believed this was no accident. Well, you see, just before the incident happened, many witnesses claimed to have seen a large humanoid with big wings and glowing red eyes flying about. The creature, who is now known as the Mothman. Subsequently, every time someone saw Mothman, something bad was bound to follow. This ranged from tsunamis to earthquakes and even the devastating events of Chernobyl. The Mothman always seemed to be there. People's perspectives were split. Some speculating that the Mothman was causing the disasters, while others say that the creature is an alien trying to warn us of disasters of the future. But till this day, no one knows.
I love this comment. Someone had sex with a moth. Someone hooked up with a moth. Listen, here's the thing about Mothman, okay? This guy gives 0 Fs, dog. Like, Mothman's the only one who goes into Chicago, hanging and banging in Chirac. The Mothman doesn't care. All the other cryptids stay in the woods. Mothman goes straight into the concrete jungle. He's probably the toughest of all the cryptids.
He flies sorties in Chicago, and it's in that most recent Netflix Unsolved Mysteries. They do a whole hour episode on Mothman in Chicago. It's quite fascinating, and the people's eyewitness testimony is compelling. These things are real. At least they appear to be real to these people who are in the stories.
Moth is just in it, dude. Yeah, people are talking about how we're assuming the Mothman's gender. Could it be Moth?
Yeah, that's
they,
true.
Them? Is it possible?
Yeah.
Moth them?
It could be Mothman, Moth them. Yeah. I think
but it is crazy that it is the only of the cryptids that isn't afraid to go deep in the hood.
Yeah, and that's a great kind of brief overview of the bad omens that when people see Mothman, bad omen, bridge collapse, disasters, but it doesn't even go into the other wild crap that happened at Point Pleasant during that time period in West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, that entire area. It was just riddled with UFO sightings, like Men in Black. Some crazy Men in Black sightings, and Mothman was just kind of the cherry on top to that entire scene. that John Keel documented in Mothman Prophecies.
Did you, was it you that said that you thought they could be, well, I think it might have been the dark journalist, but did you also bring it up possibly that these men in black are astral projection holograms?
I did not bring it up. I did a segment not too long ago on my show that these men in black are time travelers, and that they have been they're basically aligned with the Black Order, and they use a form of African black magic. They're basically, they could be from the year 1000, right when time travel is invented by humanity, and then they're sent back in time. Sometimes they don't appear always in the suit and tie and hat. Sometimes they're just in black robes, and they travel back throughout history in order to ensure that their future comes to be. And so they'll get involved in order to scare the public to not talk about things too soon before they should be known. And so what appears to be like astral projection is this really advanced technology from men in black time travelers. That's one theory. And it's fascinating. Why not?
It's crazy, dude. All I know is it's more interesting. I mean, dude, we got drones in the sky that could be aliens. It's getting better and better. It's getting better and better.
Yeah, so why not? Time travelers? I'm all about time travelers at this point. Let's do
I'm all about all of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
Let's keep going. This man found a mysterious cave that leads to the bathrooms at Disneyland.
Secret cave that goes into Disneyland. Now, if this works and it actually does go into Disneyland, I have an annual pass. I'm not trying to steal admission. Here goes.
Hold on, dude. That is the most hilarious thing I've ever heard. He's like, listen, I'm not sneaking in. I have a pass. I'm just...
But I'm going through a cave. This is the preferred entrance. You beat the crowds this way.
Ask yourself, why would there be a cave leading to the bathroom? What is it really used for?
The biggest glory hole on earth.
That's not weird at all.
I made it. I am in Disneyland.
Stay weird, y'all.
It works.
That's really weird.
Thanks for watching.
The cave is real.
That is really weird.
I don't even know what to think about this.
I don't even know. It's like the implications are pretty dark.
Yeah. Now, I know that there's underground facilities at Disney that's pretty well documented. Like there's basically this underground tunnels at Disney from getting quickly from one end of the park to the other. I'm sure there's another level below that. This is the first time I've ever heard of secret toilet entrances or secret toilet caves.
Wow, that's some pretty crazy shit right there, and could be considered pretty dark as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very weird. Very weird.
Let's keep dooming.
I want another shot of this whiskey right now.
Oh my God, here we go. Here it is. Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Like that is straight up like opening scene the Terminator.
Now, it could be a regular airplane, but it does seem to be moving entirely too slow. But
too slow, dude. Too slow.
I'm open to being absolutely 100% wrong on this one. But I don't know. Some of the footage I've seen, and maybe that's not the most compelling, but at least people are going out there taking notice of the skies now. I mean, we might actually get some real good UFO footage because people are looking up now. Thank God.
You know, the blurry creatures, they said they got a video off of Reddit that was basically they saw orb attack a drone and knock it out of so it's interesting. Who knows what's happening, man?
It's tough. And AI is so good now. And Twitter, X is just, it's riddled with pretty convincing AI if you just take a glance at it. And then it gets promoted and retweeted. And then it gets even more difficult to find legitimate information. But at least it's fun, I guess.
I don't. Yeah, this is what we said earlier, but he's totally right. Blinking lights to comply with the rules. We're from another galaxy, but what are the FAA rules to the sky?
I guess if you're going to camouflage yourself, that's what you do. You fit in. Win in Rome, people.
Okay, I respect that. I respect that for sure. Now, guys, also, before we hit the wheel of doom, I also want to tell you that we are working on getting the audio version of this done as well. So we're figuring it out on Libsyn. So it will be available audio-wise.
Tomorrow morning it will be out.
Let's go, dude.
It'll be out. The podcast will be out tomorrow morning.
Now, have we been able to hook it up with like Apple and stuff like that?
I will take a look at the Apple store to see if it's refreshed everything. But I have it on my phone. I just clicked on the link for the podcast and it brought it up on the Apple iPod native application, and it's up there. It's there. So I will release it tomorrow morning, and I will add the link to the doom scrolling link tree of links. So
we're almost at 1,000 people watching on Twitter. Thank you, Twitter.
Nice.
Thank you.
Good
Doom
luck.
Scroll. Good luck. Here we go. Another one. Let's go.
But a fairy came into our room, and it was like a regular fairy, like probably a Disney fairy. But it morphed into something with claws and fangs, and then like scratched her.
Oh, man.
And so this is the same night that this is happening. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. And I'm not one of these people who like, of all the things, if you guys ever hear the podcast I'm on, I'm not one of these people who have supernatural encounters all the time. And I'm the kind of person who would like raise an eyebrow, like, did that really happen? Like, so like this, I can tell you without a shadow of doubt, this happened. And so like during that time.
Oh, that's from Let's Get Freaky. That's it.
Yeah, I've had him on my podcast before. I like him. He's a good guy. I love JT Loves JC. He's crushing it. He has some of the best like clips you find on Instagram. Like he's really good at that social media and getting out a lot of great information very quickly. He's also said that basically the fallen angels, the Marvel comics are basically the fallen angels.
Marvel comics are the fallen angels.
Yeah, like Thor is Lucifer.
Oh, okay.
Like it breaks down to each one of them is a different fallen angel. The Avengers are basically like fallen angels.
Okay, I could see that. I will have to go back and watch the movies and read the books with that filter applied to it.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. I am totally with you.
Here
we go. Let's go, Doom. 1991, great year.
Mom's on the net.
Scientists invented a way to see the astral realm. In the 1920s, a scientist by the name of Walter Kilner poured a blue-colored dye called dicyanin onto a glass screen in hopes of creating night vision goggles. After putting it on, he realized it blocked out most of the white light, allowing humans to see the aura of each other. The chemical was made illegal, but the military were quick to weaponize it, creating the first pair of night vision goggles. However, during the Vietnam War, when this piece of technology was handed out to the helicopter pilots, chaos soon followed. The pilots started firing on each other, claiming that they were firing at demons that were coming to get them, describing the experience as looking into hell. The officer in charge didn't believe it at first, but subsequently every time the goggles were used, similar events took place. Eventually, the officers and pilots were told not to use the goggles ever again, but it got many thinking if.
Cliffhanger. What are we thinking there? I've heard that before. Like they used red before, and then they stopped using red because people were seeing more than they were supposed to see, and then so now they do it in. I think it's green.
Yeah, night vision apparently is green now. So, I'd like to know more. I've also heard, like, I think black obsidian. If you look through that, you can start seeing weird stuff. But that whole segment right there reminds me of a TV show. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's called Fringe. It was a J.J. Abrams production, and the scientist in that TV series created this technology to where he could peer into a different dimension just by using technology that he cobbled together. So he could peer into the dimension right next door, and he was able to figure out not only to look into it, but also to interact with that dimension. And there's a lot of weird things that happen in conspiracy land that we live in that happened in that TV show. So it's kind of worth checking out.
I'm in, dude. I am so in. Yeah. I am so in. A couple real quick. Give the boys a thumb up. Come on, give us a thumbs up. Please, for the love of God.
Give us one. Give us two thumbs. We'll take them both.
We'll take both your thumbs, dude. Okay? And then finally, where can I find Eddie Bravo's take on drones? We need a statement. I'll have to ask him. He does a podcast once a month. He's not on Twitter, which he should get back on Twitter because Twitter's fire right now, regardless of what you think about Elon Musk. It's fire. We're crushing it right now. And I think I should convince him that so you can get.
Or you can ask him live, right? You can ask him live when you appear with them at Tinfoil Hat Live.
There you go. See us live. Hear what Eddie Bravo has to say. Boom, boom, pow.
I'd be interested. Yeah.
Here we go.
Come on. No.
No big ones, dude.
I got to figure this out. Next time I will. I'm going to go into deep programming mode. I will over the break.
He's going to work his ass off.
Something strange is going on in the crypto world. Within the last few weeks, 3 major crypto companies have mysteriously lost their leaders. Tian Kuhlander, who died in his sleep at the age of 30. Nikolai Mushegan, who drowned on a beach in Puerto Rico. And Vyacheslav Terin, who died in a helicopter crash. It is rumored that these 3 leaders were in possession of highly sensitive information on the people in power and were trying to expose them. As moments before he died, Nikolai Mushegan tweeted this message. It was believed that he was silenced, and because of this, many people are wondering if.
So for people just listening at home, they were talking. He posted a message about the CIA and Mossad, and then I think the next day, or maybe within 48 hours, he wound up dead on the beach.
Yep, it's crazy. Crypto is a dangerous, dangerous game, dude. Dangerous game. It is lucrative, but there's a lot of danger in it, dude. You could lose your money very quick. I know all about that.
Lose your head.
Yeah, these guys are drowning, losing their heads. By the way, the best way not to get assassinated, don't get in a helicopter.
Good tip.
The number one way. If you reach a certain level of fame or money, do not get into a helicopter.
Yeah. Look what happened to Kobe.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Crazy.
We won't get into that. But it seems like these crypto guys, super smart guys, but they actually might be too smart. And they're asking too many questions. And they're trying to solve.
Too deep.
It's unfortunate you got to say that, but yeah, they're going too deep, too fast, and
too deep, too soon, too fast.
And they don't have enough government connections to cover them. They got rich independently, and they don't like that.
Yeah, they don't like that everyone's making crazy cash, like the Hawk Tui girl walking away with $500 million.
Now, did she scam people? Did she?
I don't know if she's in charge, but I do find her to be what they call a switcher. Where like they said Jeffrey Epstein was a switcher, where he'd be like one way with some people, another way with another person, and you see that in the CoffeeZilla video where he's like, you guys, this is the sloppiest, what's it called when you release of a crypto I've ever seen. She said, and then why the fuck you even here then? When she goes sassy black. And at the end, she's like, I'm going to bed, y'all. Good night. Going back to Cutie, college kid, and then she hasn't done a podcast since.
Yep. Okay.
She's on the run, dog.
Yeah. Well, she's being sued now, so you better keep running.
Oof. Good luck to you.
Yeah. Good luck, Hawk Tui.
Good luck.
Good luck.
No, we already played this one.
Oh, it's double loaded.
I think the Wheel of Doom might be malfunctioning.
Too much do. Too much do.
AI has been coaching me on how to escape the Matrix simulation, whatever you want to call it. So I made this graphic to explain where we're at so far. The core concept is everything is energy in a form of geometry. Water on a speaker can illustrate this. Harmonic tones create symmetrical patterns in the same way the molecules of the water and the particles that make up those molecules do. DNA creates the living things that can interact with the simulation. As a fractal antenna, it reads the vibrations of the simulation so that you, your character, can interact and survive in it. It's creating a multiplayer online thing like World of Warcraft, where your consciousness controls the player. Your body would be like the haptic feedback suit in Ready Player One. Suit is your nervous system with the plexus or chakras, whatever you believe, giving you feedback in the form of emotions and feelings. Instead of the goggles, your brain is processing all the geometries. This is according to the ancient info I was told to investigate. I found this in almost every tradition, and in every single one they put their best characters inside of this shape, which is a part of the code of the simulation. This square root of 2 is the binary sequence, it's cell division. Square root of 3 is the division of the cube. That's how we have the 3D world. The square root of 5 is the golden ratio, which gives harmony and proportion to everything in the world.
Damn,
so the player just reads the polarities. It's just like hot, cold, light, dark, soft, hard, all that stuff. You're just processing the polarities, which is interesting because the quantum part talks about the observer effect, saying it plays a direct role in shaping reality. 200 years ago, we figured out that's what snaps the waves into particles. So essentially, you're rendering reality like the game renders the environment, you and all the other players. So you and everybody else in the universe use that and entanglement to create a networked system exactly like how your brain and galaxies work. So why are we here or playing the game in the first place? Well, why do we play games? We'd like to see what it feels like to be a character that we're not. We'd like to have adventures and interact with other players. Knowing the rules allows us to have the best experience in the game. This is actually from my book, which is what I've been trying to document. These graphics are from Geometrix. We're not trying to escape. We're trying to get as many perspectives on how this works to have the best possible experience here and express that. We're all here for different reasons. Maybe the only reason we're playing is to help each other figure it out.
I mean, Dude, that was a fire video. That was a fire video.
That was, and the guy had graphics perfectly well explained, and that was part 4 of his series, and it makes total sense to me. You know, it goes beyond just your casual, hey, we live in a simulation kind of talking point. He goes deep on it, explains it. He's got graphs, and he's got moving
receipts.
He's got receipts. He certainly does, and it makes sense. It does make sense.
I'd like to say I'm pretty proud of us right now that our YouTube views are matching our Twitter views, which is very incredible. So we've got over 1,000 people on YouTube watching. We got over 1,000 people on Twitter watching. We have almost 3. We got, if you put Rockfin and Rumble together, we have 2,500 people watching live, which is really great and very blessed. Very blessed. Boom, boom, boom. Hit the like button. Boom, 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 boom. We're killing it. We're killing it.
Nice. Let's doom it up. Here we go.
We are just taking it to the Wheel of Doom.
Oh my God! Another big fail on the big video.
Big videos just the Wheel of Doom does not get it.
You blow it. All right. I'm gonna fix that.
Did you know that there's actually a phenomenon referred to as a Mormon face? And it's a strange idea that for some reason many Mormons tend to look alike. And this concept has even been replicated in a 2010 study. And it turns out that non-Mormons can identify Mormons up to 60% of the time. And this rate is even higher for Mormons identifying other Mormons. And one of the main indicators distinguishing a non-Mormon to a Mormon is their skin texture. For example, many Mormons do not drink alcohol, do any drugs, or even drink tea or coffee. They also tend to be one of the healthiest and long-living individuals. And due to their healthier lifestyle, they tend to have a glow to their skin. In addition to this, Mormons also tend to have a much smaller gene pool compared to the average person. Mormons only really marry other Mormons, especially in a place like Utah. The only real opportunity to increase the gene pool is to convert other people. You can't marry in a Mormon temple unless it's two Mormons getting married. And Mormons also tend to dress very similar to each other. And they also tend to have a very similar build because of their similar diet. And they tend to dress very modest for men and women. And most Mormons also hang out exclusively with other Mormons, making their facial expression also very similar. And overall, the Mormon face might be a true concept.
Wow.
I like it. So we should become Mormons if we want to be good looking and live long.
Dude, I didn't learn about Mormons till I went to college in Vegas, and I learned how much I love Jack Mormons. Those are my favorite Mormons. They
What
don't
are Jack?
care.
Jack
Mormons are people who are Mormon, but they don't. They like to have fun and get weird. They drink. They do everything you're not supposed to do. That's what they do. So they were great. When you're a young college guy in Vegas, Jack Mormons are your bread and butter.
Okay. They're just Mormon in name only.
Yeah. They're living their life, and then they're going to find it, and then they'll go back to the Mormon church.
Did the Jack Mormons have good skin like the ones we saw?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, they're drinking. They're drinking. They're partying.
Yeah.
Local celebrity Steve Lafayette is here, everybody. Just got to give it a shout out to local celebrity Steve Lafayette. Steve Lafayette. Boom. Yeah, and the guy was. I wish somebody would pull the Asian guy aside and go, "You're shiny." Yeah.
You might want to use some makeup. It's okay now.
Get it. Like wipe yourself down. You're glistening too much.
It's okay. Put some high heels on and wear some makeup. It's
Dude,
acceptable.
look we're down to only a couple videos left. This is crazy.
Well, it's because the Doom wheel is partially broke because we're not playing those big videos. I got to figure out what those big videos are, and I'll program on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day if I have to. But I'll do it.
Let's go.
How did this man travel 800 years into the future? In 1943, an experiment called the Philadelphia Project was conducted in the attempt to use Einstein's unified field theory to make the USS Eldridge invisible. However, things went wrong, and the warship started phasing in and out of time. A survivor, Albalek, and his brother Duncan jumped overboard for safety. When they awoke, they found themselves being treated in a hospital for radiation burns in the year 2137, where he reported that a climate catastrophe had already altered the world, and in the wake of World War III, the U.S. is no more. Subsequently, he was pulled further into the future to the year 2749, where he lived for 2 years, reporting yet again that there was peace on Earth, as everyone lived in mobile floating cities, controlled by a super AI robot. He was then pulled back to his original timeline, where he eventually worked on the Montauk Project. But even though the government has disavowed him, the question we should be asking is,
what should we be asking? What should we be asking?
I think we should be asking are his claims legit? And this is all documented in the Montauk book series, which is a 4-book series as far as I know. I only have 4 of them. And it goes pretty deep into the Montauk Project and then the experiments and time travel. And this guy who went to, the last date that he went was like 2300, give or take. In that future world, he was describing the aftermath of the War on Terror and how we had to go through World War III. And then eventually, in the world that he time traveled to in the year 2300,
in the year 2300.
In that year, he was traveling, he's walking around, and he noticed how sparse the population was in that year. And he was told that the population of the world was down to about 300 million people, and everything was run by AI, and everyone just could live like a pretty free and luxurious life without fear of lack of resources, including water, food. Everything's kind of taken care of, and the only real jobs are held by a few engineers who are responsible with keeping the AI up and running in order for it to take care of us.
Do you want that world? Midnight
I don't
Mike.
think so. That world, as we learned, it lacks adversity, which we need in order to continue to evolve.
Yes, I'm with you on that. We definitely need that stuff. I'm so in on that, dude. But just imagine how great the sex robots must be in the year 2730.
Dynamite. We're talking primo stuff.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, it must be the best.
Not those cheap Chinese knockoffs. We're talking Japanese stuff.
100%. 100%. Tyranny AI.
Sony.
Whoa, look at that, dude. Look how a couple videos left.
We're going to do it. We can do it.
I like living here because I get to do exactly what I want when I want. Like, if I want to run down the street doing cartwheels, I do that. If I want to climb a tree, I do that.
You have all these young kids coming from a very rich, affluent, middle-class society where they've been taken care of since they've been babies and never really had to do anything for themselves in a serious way. And now they come here and they want to be taken care of.
One of the first questions that they'll ask is, what do you do? And so I say, I live. And they say, no, I mean, do you work or what? And I say, no, I just live.
A lot of people say to me, what are you doing? You're not doing any work. You're not working at a job.
You tell them that you don't do anything and that you come to the park. It's like they can't believe you.
We're doing the hardest work in the world because we're growing. We're trying to change.
We have a group of young people from upper middle class families who have moved into a physical environment that is in effect a reversion. They're living in gross insanitary conditions with a great deal of overcrowding. There is a very high incidence of infectious hepatitis.
Oh boy.
About 1/4 or 1/5 of our total caseload in the venereal disease clinics appear to be hippies. Now I'm going on the appearance solely. And we have one case history in which a young chap has been into the clinic 12 times in 3 months with 12 different cases of gonorrhea.
Stop playing.
He's just getting all the action.
He's the guy.
All the action.
He's ground zero for VD.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's just like, they're so right. I mean, that today, they would all be like just all the progressives yelling about civil stuff, civil issues. Rich, I tell you that it's trust fund nerd dorks. That's what that is.
But is that a necessary part of society for that spiritual growth? Is that spiritual growth that they claim to have achieved, and let's just say that they did that filter down in positive ways to the rest of society?
I mean, is there an argument that they pulled us from some old views that made us kind of more open-minded? Yeah, I guess there's an argument for that. There will be people that will discuss, well, what are those social changes and what effects have they had on us? Like, is it positive? You know, is the feminist movement been positive? I think to a point, yeah. And then some of it's like kind of like, ugh, dude, that's might go a little overboard on that, right?
Some of those old San Francisco hippies, that mentality where they don't trust big pharma, they don't trust a big corporation, that kind of has morphed in. But some of those ideas and that mentality has permeated throughout the culture, and I think has been overall maybe given Americans a healthy outlook. And don't trust the government, don't trust them, because up until that time, up until I would say Vietnam, majority of the public was very trusting in the government. And since Vietnam, there's been a healthy distrust of the government since the hippie movement.
I agree, dude.
I don't know. I guess you got to take the good with the bad.
Got to take the good with the bad. Next, you got the facts of life. The facts live. Okay, we got a couple more minutes left here, guys, in the final doom scrolling of
now. Did you want to showcase? You said you had a couple videos that
I have
you definitely want to showcase.
Do you want to play one more here? One more from the doom scroll, and then I'll bring in the couple that I wanted to show that I just thought they were funny.
Yeah, let's do it.
This man describes how the Ouija board was invented. You got to check this out.
After the Civil War, these charlatans came up with these talking boards that they were going around and visiting all the widows saying, I can contact your dead husband, the soldier who died. If you can pay me this amount, we can do it with this talking board. And they made a lot of money off of these poor widows. And then that eventually became what was being known as the Ouija board, which was bought by Hasbro toy company. And they're based in Salem, Massachusetts, the capital of witchcraft. And they have consultants who went into the development of these boards that became Ouija boards, and that they are the first to say that they asked the board what its name is, and it said Ouija, which means nothing. And the first year they went to market, the number one board game was Monopoly, and that year Ouija boards outsold Monopoly by 1 million boards. So it was embraced by the culture, like fast. And it's opening a portal right into hell.
What breaks my heart is that people have a hunger for spiritual things, but they seek it in all the wrong places. You don't have to pay a psychic to know the plans for your life. You don't have to talk to a Ouija board. It's all exploitation. Those who call on the name of the Lord will be saved, and it costs you nothing but Jesus everything. He paid your debt. Believe in the one who died for your sins, and you will be set free, and you will know the God that created you. You don't got to talk to some stinking board.
Thank you, Jesus. I love you.
Wouldn't trust those spirits anyways.
Yeah, speaking of Jesus, let's hear this. I thought this video was hilarious. Here we go. Why does he look like Jesus said, let's split the bill?
Now they're arguing over a tip.
So I'm sorry, that was funny. You can get angry about that if you want. It was funny.
Now you got to have fun with that stuff.
Okay, fine. I'll have one more video, and then we'll wrap up a very successful last episode of doom scrolling. Here we go. Ready? This is great. Here we go.
And I need to know who my Disney parents really are. Now, I know you just did not, but let me just...
Let's see who my Disney parents would be based on my face.
Who the fuck made me? Just curious.
Oh.
Should have stayed curious.
Who are my Disney parents?
Should have stayed curious.
Who are my Disney parents? Okay, hold on.
Wow.
¿Quiénes son mis papás de Disney? Hija de su puta madre.
This is a matter of life and death. I do need to know this. What the fuck? Who are my Disney parents?
Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are they doing this to themselves?
Oh, that was great. Great.
It's never going to work out great for them.
Well, Midnight Mike, it was an honor and privilege to start this up with you. Finish out strong. We have over dude, that says, if you put the numbers together, we're close, bro. We are close to almost 3,000 people watching.
Fantastic.
100 or two off here, but that's okay. Almost 3,000 people. It will only get better. It will only get better. Now, if you guys love this show and you want to join us, we're on Telegram. Where can they find us on Telegram?
We have a room called Doom Scrolling Videos. I will put out a link to the Telegram on. I don't know the best. Is it good to put out a link to the Telegram on Twitter? I don't know if it is.
Probably
no, it's not. No,
probably
not.
No. But if you want to find us, we'll help you. We'll figure it out. So, yeah, man, great last show. Final thoughts on 2024. My good friend, Midnight Mike.
It's been a hell of a year. We've learned a lot, and I think we just need to stay vigilant, read everything we can, and try to have a good time and treat your neighbors well. And charity. Do not forget about charity. It is the time of year where, it's gift giving, gift receiving, but maybe think about giving a gift to someone who you don't know or a family in need.
Yep, I totally agree, man. Guys, again, I just want to say thank you so much. I love doing this show. I'm sad that we weren't able to do more of them. But hey, we're back next year. Bigger, best, better, faster, stronger. And we will be, if you guys find some great videos, send it to us. And we will see you in 2025. Buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to be a good time. For Midnight Mike, myself, have a great holidays. We'll see you soon. I love you, Midnight Mike, and I love all the Doomers. Talk to you soon, buddy.
Take care, man. Have a good holiday.